Good morning from the dark and gloomy garage. Today is a video not based on the Mini, and I do apologise, but there's been some other car maintenance stuff come up and I've got to get that done.
Oh dear.
Oh, fire! You don't need a special tool, you need a special tin. Okay, so this is the wife's Focus CMAX, one of the originals, 2007 thereabouts. The job I thought I was doing today was a rear wheel bearing. I think the wheel bearing's actually got a bit of slop side to side in it, and it's just started making a rumbling sound, or so I thought. And I've got a track rod end to do on this side as well, because there's just a little bit of wobble in the steering, and so thought I'd just jack the whole side up. And as I spun the front wheel round, I've heard this. That sounds a bit rumbly to me. It could be both wheel bearings on this side. I've only got the back one. Bugger. Yeah, I guess all I can really do now is replace the parts that I've already got and then take it for a test drive and see if there's still that rumbling noise, because it was definitely part of the back brakes that I was hearing it with. So let's get the wheel off. Okay, the first job at hand is to get the handbrake cable out of the way. It can be done with it in place, but a lot easier if you take it off. There she blows. It lifts out there. Next one, caliper off. Oh, why aren't you using a ratchet? Because there ain't room. So we'll get that one slacked off. There she blows. One bolt, and there we go. So caliper undone. Oh. It doesn't want to let go of the disc though. Oh, I really don't want to take that off. Okay, as you can see, I have not successfully got the caliper off of the disc. It wants to stay with it. It's a pain in the butt. I hate these things, but still gonna muscle on. I've got the brake just resting against the sill. There's actually no tension on this cable. You don't really want to have this pipe having tension on it, but it literally just slots out of there. You can rest it down there and it gets you access to these. At this point, I highly recommend you get out a wire brush, clean them up and squirt them with some plus gas, because you have to get them in here, and it's a Torx head, which, well, they're known for failing, so that's my recommended way of doing it. Here's something worth noting if you've got to do this job. That is the old bolt for the wheel bearing carrier. It's a T50 Torx. This is the new one. Spot the difference. This is a reverse Torx, or E12. So be aware of that. Be aware you're going to need those tools. I should imagine they're probably all going over to them because they're cheaper than one of those. But yeah, just thought I'd better make you aware. Now this could be fun, but I'll get the other ones out and get that wheel bearing carrier off. Now I stopped filming after getting the first 2 bolts out because yeah, as they can with these rear wheel bearing carriers, something went wrong, as you may be able to see as I spin the camera around. Yep, things got messy. So what happened is, as they can do, the Torx bit on the back there, the T50 bit, bolt, rounded off. Now I was well and truly in. I always knock these in to make sure, clean them out first, knock them in to make sure they don't slip. But yeah, this one chose war, so it got war. Just drop that one. I'll show you what I did on the bottom 2, just didn't want to know. So as you may be able to see there, what I ended up having to do was drill them out from the other side. So I had to cut a chunk off of the drive flange to give me access, and then with various drill bits I worked my way down the middle of the bolt until the head fell off, which I'll be honest was less than fun. I can think of more fun things to do, but nonetheless it's off. If I show you this quickly, everything came undone as it should eventually, so now what I've got to do is put the new one back in. Now I'd like to say, make sure you do up the hub carrier to the specified torque. There are a couple of varying numbers if you look online, but the main difficulty I have there is ain't no space under there. You get a torque wrench under that. So needless to say, I have done them up FT. They have got a thread locker on them, and my torque calibrated arm is telling me they're not going to come undone again. They'll probably outlive the car, that will, I hope. Right, so all that's left now is to plug everything back on. I did forget to mention about unplugging your wheel speed sensor. Can be a bit fiddly to do, but it is a fairly obvious one, and as I did, you can do it at the end. As you pull the hub out, there's enough clearance to be able to just click it off out the way. So right, put it back together. Reversal of dismantling is assembly. Off we go. Scratch that, put it all together, and then I realised my horrible mistake. Hadn't put the back plate on. So I've taken it all back off again. Don't forget to put the back plate on before you put the wheel hub on. Lesson learned. So there you have it, CMAX rear wheel bearing, and it chose violence. What can I say? Got it done. Now I've got to tidy this mess up and get cracking off to work, because yeah, there ain't no time in the day for anything else. I was going to try and get the track rod in down on this end as well, but I'll save that for another time. I may not even record it because there's 1,000 of those videos out there. Hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you on the next one.